I was in the corner of the room. The knocking on the door wouldn't stop. I was starting to feel nauseous again. The creature's smell was still present in the space. I couldn't be there anymore. The scratch on my chest had stopped bleeding, but the pain had extended to all my body, a sharp, throbbing pain. And some kind of boils began to appear near the wound. I grabbed my phone and sent a few messages to the building owner. "Is that you knocking at the door? Please, where are you? Please." The knocking on the door, which was at this point 3 quick knocks repeating every 5 seconds, had now stopped. Only my breathing, again. The vibration of my phone broke the silence. She had answered. "Don't go near the door. I'm working on a way to get you out, but first I need you to put salt on your scratch." Suddenly, the thing at my door started hitting it. But also there were other sounds of things falling and breaking. And a guttural scream emerged. And then I understood. This thing was already inside. It was in my bathroom. I couldn't take my eyes off the bathroom door, thinking that at any second it would just open it. I hadn't locked it. Nothing was stopping it from coming out. The vibration on my phone broke my gazing at the door. When everything was quiet in the bathroom again, "You must leave but wait for my signal." Nothing she was saying made any sense. But she was the only one who could help me. Then a shiver ran down my spine at the thought. How did she know that I had a scratch? And how could she know that something was in the bathroom? Can I trust her? I got up from the corner I was in. I needed to get ready to leave. I started thinking about how I could pass through the bathroom, which was right next to the apartment door, without being noticed. First I thought of running, but the pain reminded me that it wasn't possible. I figured I could sneak to the door. But what if it could hear me? What if it could sense me? None of it mattered. I didn't have options. I was slowly approaching the door. The closer I got, the louder the sounds in the bathroom got as well. Then I was in front of the door. But that meant that I was side by side with the bathroom door. I unlocked it. The sound stopped. I froze. It hurt me. I thought. And then a loud music coming from my pocket echoed in the apartment. I quickly opened the door, stepped out of the apartment, and closed the door with all my strength. I couldn't hear anything inside, neither the thing trying to chase after me. I looked at my phone and saw that the building owner was calling me. "Leave the apartment now." She immediately screamed. "I'm already out," I said, breathless. "You should have waited for my signal. But at least you got out. Did you put the salt?" she asked with a slight tremor in her voice. "Of course not, I'm not crazy." "And how do you know about the scratch? Or about that thing in the bathroom? What are you not telling me?" "Jesus, come to me, I'll explain it to you. Go to the ground floor," she said, slightly let down and tired. "Can I trust you?" I asked with the firmest voice I could muster. "You don't have a choice." Then she hung up. I stayed still for a minute, trying to assimilate all that happened. Then I headed to the elevator. When I left the elevator, I saw her going up the garage stairs. The look on her face was frightening. She looked tired, scared, and nauseous. At that moment I blushed a bit, remembering I was still only in the shower towel. Then I looked at her left hand. A bag of salt. With her right hand she grabbed some of the salt and threw it at my scratch. At first I felt a burning sensation. After that I felt dry, as if I had never drunk water my whole life. And then breathless. I couldn't breathe. I fell on my knees, while frantically trying to breathe. It was an awful feeling. Like someone was covering my nose and mouth, but as if they were in the area of the scratch. After a couple of seconds I could breathe normally. On my chest, I could see the boils starting to shrink. She handed me a bottle of water. I grabbed it and started drinking. We need to leave the building now. I have some clothes in the car, come on. She started saying while I got up. You said you would explain. I affirmed, kind of tired of her being so enigmatic. And I will, but not now. First we need to get you safe. From what exactly? What was that thing? I asked, trying to understand even the smallest thing that was happening. That thing is the consequence of not following the rules. She put her hand on her forehead like she had a huge headache, then continued, look, the salt will slow them down, but not forever. So come on. What do you mean? That scratch. You have been marked for slaughter, and now you have their smell. And I assure you they will soon smell you if we stay here. She shouted while going in the direction of the building door. I stayed in place. Marked for slaughter. I followed her to the car in the parking lot. She handed me the clothes and I changed. Then I entered the car. We are driving to what she called a safe place. We had been on the road for a bit. I could feel the boils starting to rise again. They can start to follow us. Follow me. To slaughter me.